Everglades, there's a way of life. It's a way of peace without stress or strife. There's a fellow there who protects these rights. Lincoln Vail of the Everglades. But they'll fight for rights and the homes they've made. Simple grassroots people of the Everglades. There's a natural danger and a man to face. Lincoln Vail of the Everglades, the man on patrol in the Everglades. Moving, ever moving, moving, ever moving through the Everglades.
You get in the airboat, I'll get my first aid kit.
Slow and easy. Step over there.
I didn't expect to be met with a shotgun, Mr. Danning. Piney said one of the neighbors was badly hurt setting a trap.
That was an excuse to get you here. Smart girl. She thought of it all herself. You'll have to admit it got you here.
Yeah, sure did.
Where'd you get the coon? We got plenty to eat.
Sam's a pet.
Coon for a pet? You outsiders sure got funny notions. You're liable to be wearing a coonskin cap for a pet if folks get a hold of him.
Billy, will you please tell me what this is all about? Now, why are you holding that shotgun on me?
Pa! There's no need to be so mean with a gun. He's not going anywhere. Daddy's not mad at you. He just wants you here.
Shut your mouth, girl. No need of telling him anything. Not now, anyway. When I want him told anything, I'll do the telling.
Will you start telling me what you're up to? But do it without that gun. Hmm? A gun never told anybody anything. Billy, will you put the gun down? Piney, tell him to put the gun down. What?
Link, you had no cause to do that.
Well, you had no cause to hold that gun on me.
Well, we was going to tell you anyway as soon as old Jess Burroughs and Marco Collins got here.
Marco Collins? Here?
Yeah.
I heard that you and Marco were enemies over that land dispute.
You heard right, lawman. That's why you're here. You don't know me. We've never met. I'm Marco Collins.
Oh. Well, I'd shake your hand, Mr. Collins, but your gun's in the way. If you two are planning to start your own war, you're well equipped, I'll say that much.
We're aiming to settle a war. Our own. Him and me. Come any closer, Collins, and you'll make an orphan out of Piney.
Link, I caught him red-handed this morning on my land trapping otters.
Ain't nothing red-handed about a man trapping otters on his own land.
But you wasn't on your own land. You was across the line on my land, and you know it. Danning land. Land that belongs to me and mine and has since my pa and my pa's pa before him.
My kin fought and died for that land. And if I had my way, you'd be following them out now with a hide full of buckshot.
I wouldn't try that, Mr. Collins, or you'll be following right out after him.
Piney, will you put that gun down?
Danning and me was going to shoot each other. We'd have done it a long time ago. But that ain't the way we do things around here.
How do you do things around here? Now, I heard you two were fighting and threatening each other over that piece of land. Maybe you men are too old to know any better. I'm surprised at you, Piney. Thought you had more sense.
The Dannings and the Collinses have been fighting over this land before I was born. Before Pa was born, too.
We've been fighting for 100 years or more. Plenty of Dannings and Collinses have been maimed or killed in the fight over the land.
Well, then why do you keep fighting? Why don't you go into the land office at Gladestown and get it settled once and for all?
Don't need no land office. We got you.
Besides, the land office can't settle this. He says the land belongs to him, and I say it belongs to me.
How do you feel about it, Piney? Is it worth getting killed over a piece of land? The next one to be killed could be your father, or Mr. Collins here. Either one, it doesn't matter. They both leave families behind.
I'm here to hold a shotgun on you, so they can fight it out, him and Pa. What we brought you here for, so you could judge that fight, all fair and square.
Now, what good would that do? 100 years of fighting hasn't settled anything.
It can, if they do it proper. It can settle everything, once and for all. This the lawman you was talking about? That's right. I'm Jess Burroughs.
Hello, Mr. Burroughs.
Mister, huh? You won't be calling me that for long. There you are, boys. One for each of you. I've been keeping them at my place, just in case anyone ever wanted to use them again. Them are the same two poles we used 30 years ago, when I got me this leg.
Must be a pretty rough sport to do that to a man. What happened? Did you break your leg?
Breaking ain't the half of it. Boy, you're going to witness a fight to the finish.
Never heard of a man getting finished off by a pole before, especially a pole that's padded on the end.
Nor did we, lawman. The poles don't make the difference. It's how you use the poles that count. That's why they've been outlawed in these parts.
Why?
Well, the law calls it murder. But I got a way to beat the law. You.
Oh, why don't you quit your talking? Tell him what it's all
Shut
about.
up, Piney. Oh, don't matter. You can't get away now. We're going to take you to Boca Chica, the pool, and let you watch while Billy and Marco put out in their boats and try and dump each other in the pool with their poles.
Boca Chica's full of alligators. A man wouldn't stand a chance there. He'd be killed by the gators the minute he struck the water.
Yeah, but the one who isn't killed will sure own the land from then on. That's the way it's always been.
That's murder.
Maybe so. But who are you going to arrest? The gators? They're the ones doing the killing.
there, Jess. Stop his hands.
Will you people listen to me? There's a better way to handle this. What you're planning to do is senseless. One of you could be killed or injured. So where you lost the use of your leg, wasn't it, Mr. Burroughs, fighting with those poles?
But if I hadn't slipped...
But you did slip. That's the point. Just like you could slip, Billy, or you, Marco.
Stop talking. Put your hands behind your back.
Get your hands behind your back, lawman.
Have you ever been to the Gladestown Clinic to see about that leg, Mr. Burroughs? They can do amazing things there now. They can put that leg back together like new. But you've got to give them a chance. Just like you've got to give the law a chance.
The law's not for us. We got to do things our way, the old way. Maybe things are changing, but we are not.
Jess spoke the truth. If the law was for us, I wouldn't be fighting now for what's mine.
The law spells out exactly who owns what and where. Now, if you'd only go to the land office with me...
Red tape. That's what it is. We got to do it our way. Don't you listen to him, old man. He's lying to you about your leg. All right, come on. We'll get this boat turned around. Piney, you keep your gun on him. Swing your bow! Swing your bow! Now you can get a better look. No matter how you look at it, it's murder.
Not when you got witnesses to say otherwise. It's your word against ours. And we'll say it was an accident.
See, Link? Now that there's law in the Glades, you're going to have to testify the truth.
And what's that?
Whoever loses was killed by the gators. Whoever wins has to. Or be killed himself.
You make alligator bait out of me! Almost alligator bait that time, Danning!
Heidi, will you look at me, please? Please, listen to me. There's a knife up forward. You've got to help me. Now, cut me loose and I'll go out there and stop him before it's too late.
I can't cut you loose. Don't you understand that? Don't you know what Pa would do to me if I did?
Could it be any worse than having him get killed and leaving you orphaned? What if he kills Marco? Marco's got a family, too. Does win, it won't make any difference. He'll be sent to jail for murder for the rest of his life. It'll be the same thing for you and Mr. Burroughs, Piney. You'll go to jail, too. Being a part of murder is just the same as murder. Now, if you and Mr. Burroughs just stand here watching and don't untie me, and either one of them gets killed, you'll be as guilty as whoever does the killing, Piney.
You talk awful pretty, Link. But it's not going to do you any good. I can't cut you loose.
You've got to believe me. If either your pa or Marco gets killed, you'll be responsible. You'll go to jail, Piney.
What for? I haven't done anything wrong. Our families have been fighting for years. Why should I go to jail for it?
Because you're an accessory to murder, that's why.
Then you'll just have to tell the law otherwise. You'll just have to tell them all I did was hold a gun on you.
But that's the point, Piney. By doing that, you're allowing one man to kill another man.
That's the way we look at it.
See that? He missed his chance. Blinded you off.
Piney, you cut me loose and I'll go out there and stop him before it's too late. That was close. They're weakening, Piney. The next time, one of them isn't going to make it.
Link, I don't want to go to jail.
And get that knife and cut me loose.
Without these motors on, the gators are going to be back in no time. So you better listen to me. You better settle your differences according to the law.
You completely lost your senses, girl?
I don't want to go to jail, that's all. Link said if we don't settle our differences according to law, we'll all go to jail. So you better make up your mind, one way or the other.
Well, what do you say? You don't have much choice.
I guess you got it, Billy. All right. Give me a hand. I always knew you were a smart girl, Piney.
Here it is, Piney. Read it to him.
Any person convicted of a crime or engaged in a duel shall be excluded from all constitutional rights.
Yeah. You see, according to the law, you were dueling. You could lose all the rights to your land, not just a little piece you were fighting over.
But me and Billy fighting over our land is one thing. If you and the law come in and try and take it away from us, that's another.
Oh, we don't need the law to settle our fights, Link. Pa said we could split the land down the middle. What do you say, Marco?
Well, it's up to you. It's your land. I guess the law couldn't stop you if you wanted to divide it.
Split it down the middle, huh? Yeah, I'll talk to Billy about it.
Marco, do you mean to tell me that after 100 years, it's settled?
Could be.
Piney. Thanks.
You know, Piney, I always kind of did like your dad. How is he?
Oh, he's all right. He's a little mad because he didn't duck and had a little bit too much water.
Well, I went in the water, too, you know. Come on, let's go.
I'll see you at the Gladestown Clinic, Mr. Burroughs.
Mister? That's the second time today he's called me mister. That young fella's all right.
Well, ain't you coming, Jess?
Yes.
Thank you.
This is Ron Hayes. Next week on Everglades, Lincoln Vail risks death to rescue two masters of scientific crime detection.
Now, let's run this by one more time. You say that an old swamp woman and a boy told you that somebody named Finley was responsible for all these Gladestown robberies.
That's right.
And you believe them?
Well, when you've been out in the Everglades as long as I have, you get to know who to believe.
Finley? Well, I'm afraid it's a little more serious than moonshining, Mr. Boyle. You'll have to come along with us to police headquarters.
Barry, stay here. Now, you let me talk to him. Don't get too close.
Now, don't you listen to him. You just keep coming.
In the Everglades, there's a way of life. It's a way of peace without stress or strife. There's a fellow there who protects these rights. Lincoln Vail of the Everglades, the man on patrol in the Everglades. But they'll fight for rights and the homes they've made. Simple grassroots people of the Everglades. There's a natural danger and a man to face. Lincoln Vail of the Everglades, the man on patrol in the Everglades. Moving, ever moving through the Everglades. Moving, ever moving through the Everglades. Moving, ever moving through the Everglades.